place. And a lot of times, like Jonah, we're running away from God because we don't want to do what God has directed us to do. So Jonah got on the ship and he went in the opposite direction. And I want you to know that you can't escape God's plan, and it's irrevocable no matter what you do and no matter how much pride Jonah had to want to do his own thing. That's what pride is too, is saying, I got to do it my way. And so God touches the sea. He's so awesome. And it shakes the sea up. And the boat Jonah's on is tossing and turning all over the sea. And Jonah is in the basement of the boat sleeping. And when they cast lots, they found out the trouble was on him. And he said, y'all just throw me overboard. So when they threw him overboard, then the sea calmed down and a whale comes along and scoops Jonah up and swallows him. So now he's in the belly of the whale and he's praying. And when he's praying, that whale spit him out in the place that he was supposed to go. I want you to know something, that, a lot of times when we make bad decisions and move in the wrong direction or running away from God and we end up in a dangerous place, sometimes it's prison. Sometimes it's a brokenness in a relationship. Sometimes it's a loss of a child or loss of a family member, loss of a job. And we just don't understand why these things are happening. Well, most of the time we took the wrong turn. And when God turns that situation around, I want you to know that he repositions you and gives you a chance to get rid of that pride and come on and follow him. I want you to know that Jonah got spit up in the place that he was supposed to go to preach to the Ninevites so that they could hear the word of God, so that a nation could be saved. I want you to know that he preached it and a nation was saved because of it. But I want you to know that Jonah still had pride and he still was arrogant and he was angry of what God did because he wanted to hold something against those people and not preach to them because he felt like they just couldn't be God kind of people. I want you to know when God gives you a mission, he wants you, this is something else you have to do. You have to get rid of any kind of resentment, any kind of anger, anything that would not give you the peace of God to move in the right direction. I want you to know something, brothers and sisters. God's already got a plan and purpose for your life. I tell you, I talk about myself all the time because I had to go on the detour route to get to my real destiny. And when I finally got there and I look back and I think about it, I was always destined to preach and teach the word of God. But I took a detour. I was Jonah. How many of you out there have taken a detour and want to get back on the right track? Well, let me just tell you something. Start depending on him. Start trusting him. Start believing him. And when he tells you something, listen and follow it. I promise you, it might not make any sense when you start out, but when you come out, I'll tell you, he is so awesome that he has the table already set up for you.